Hi everyone! Happy 8/8. I hope you are all well, or as well as you possibly can be, given the circumstances of existing. Though I will say that today is a good day to feel good because it's 8/8. It's a beautiful portal. Thank you for joining. And we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna do a little bit of a ritual together, work on what it means to stand in our fullest potential, and use the energy of this very important astrological day to ascend. So thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna be joined by Jessbeinspired, who's an incredible Reiki master. She's going to be doing some distance Reiki at the end of the portion. But yeah, thank you to Smudge Wellness for housing our voices. Oh, there you are, Jess. I love that. Yes, prompt. Yes, Capricorn Queen. But yeah, let me know how you guys are feeling and how today is already. Oh, okay. It's letting her in. Perfect. Let me see if this works. Yes, hair. Yes, magic.
I love you. I'm so excited to be here with you. I can't wait. I just love you.
I'm so excited. Thank you for being so down for it. I think anytime I do anything with you, it's just the best vibes and the best energy. I think today, especially, is like such a good day to do something together and to be intentional because it's such a beautiful opportunity for ascension. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. But to everyone who doesn't know, this is Jessbeinspired, an incredible Reiki artist, and you work with animal energy, which is beautiful because today is so lion-centered. But yeah, let the people know who you are.
Well, first off, I love you, and I'm just so glad to be here with the Astro Queen and just an amazing individual. So I just thank you for having me, and thank you so much, Wellness, as well. My name is Jess. I'm a channeling Reiki master, and I'm also a creator of a card deck that actually works with animal energy. So we're going to be talking a lot about the lion today, and I just can't wait to really kind of be able to activate and really access all of this bold and courageous energy that we have on this 8/8 portal to really kind of tap into the infinite possibilities. So I'm here for it.
Yes, it's giving bold. It's giving courageous. It's giving Renaissance by Beyonce. I'm going to use any opportunity that I can to talk about that album. So
I love it.
as a rundown of what we're doing today, in the beginning of this sort of session, if you guys have any questions about the Lionsgate portal, please drop them in the chat and we'll answer them. Otherwise, I'll kind of give some insight on what's going on today energetically, astrologically, how we can work with it. And then we're going to move into, I'll also offer a journaling prompt, but then we'll move into some meditation / distance Reiki. And you can also, of course, let the people know what distance Reiki is for those who don't know. And yeah, so does that sound good?
Sounds good. Let's vibe out.
Beautiful. So if you guys have any questions about Lionsgate, please drop them in. But as an overview, today is a beautiful day. It's a portal that opened up on that new moon in Leo that we had recently, which let me know how you guys felt. That was a very enriching day. Jess, do you remember the new moon for you? How was that?
Yeah, it's so felt good, but I also have been like a little bit emotional, and I don't know if that's something that is kind of to be expected with this energy, like because I feel like this ascension, but like almost like this release within myself.
Oh,
And I feel like that's how I kind of felt on that new moon, and it's like kind of rolling into this energy today. Yeah.
yes, 100%. Yeah, I thank you for saying that. And I want to validate for anyone, if you guys have been feeling emotional, if you've been feeling chaotic, or just like you're on this sort of ebb and flow of like feeling very euphoric and then anxious and then like somewhere in between, just know that that has everything to do with ascension.
Awesome. Great.
And I've been like feeling guilty because I'm like, I'm supposed to be feeling great. Like this is Leo energy. I'm supposed to feel like,
Yep.
and sometimes I do, but also there are other times where I'm like, I hate this, get it off me. But that means, when it's moving through, it needs to be felt in order to be fully processed and sort of exasperated from the body. So if you've been feeling waves of emotion, just know you're perfectly in alignment. And sometimes the body needs to process things without any logical over processing of what it means. Like don't think or don't attach a story to every emotion. Just let the emotions move through without attachment. You know
I
what
love that. I love that.
I mean?
I've also been feeling, which I know, like just with ascension symptoms, like of this desire to just rest. Like I've been feeling extra tired. I don't know if that's part of this as well.
Oh my God. I mean, your body's going through so much. Like we're literally timeline hopping and shifting DNA. So I have been taking naps with no sort of remorse. I've been queen of napping and also just like, saying no to plans that um aren't in my highest favor because I need the time to socially rest. But only I was feeling the waves of yes, 100%. Exactly. So yeah, I want to say don't judge yourself, but yes, this portal opened up on that new moon in Leo, and really, if anything, we've been sort of given glimpses of not only what our highest and fullest potential is, but what is standing in the way of truly embodying that. And when it
Mm.
comes to, you know, limiting beliefs, into attachments, into habits and routines that just don't honor us living the most delicious potential of our lives, it's becoming very, very obvious, which can be uncomfortable,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's death. Tell me, how does that resonate?
No, I think it resonates 100% because that's exactly what it is. I almost feel like this emotional energy that I've been feeling, and I'd love to know if anybody else has been feeling this out there too, is this shift of seeing the potential of really what I truly desire the most, and really just being honest with like where perhaps things are out of alignment for me in that timeline. Yeah.
No, literally, exactly. And what's beautiful about it is that people don't realize that in order to call in a rebirth, you have to go through the death. And what's gorgeous about 8/8 is that this is a specific holiday, right, that has been celebrated by the ancients, by astrologers, and also by numerologists, because like there's so much significance in every sort of study. And
Wow.
what's beautiful about outside of right the actual astrology of it, right, the sun in Leo aligning with the brightest star in the sky, Sirius, the number 8 is so symbolic when it comes to um, the cycle of death and rebirth, right? The eighth house in astrology is all about recognizing the fact that in order to call in, you need to bid farewell. And the euphoria of knowing what's coming comes accompanied with the discomfort of what you need to lay to rest in order to make space for it. So, like, long story short, we could be feeling a lot right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, it's so interesting because can you tell me a little bit about the series? Because I know that that's like that's where we're aligned and why this is so potent. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I mean, it's the brightest star in the sky, and it's aligning with the sun in Leo, and Leo is a sun-ruled sign. And so, like, what this energy essentially is, it's very much, and I would love for you to talk about, like, working with our solar plexus, because this is
Yes.
lighting up our solar plexus energy, which is the energy of empowerment. This is the time where it's like, are you ready to be the superstar of your story, and whatever that looks like? If you are the superstar of the supermarket that you work at, or in, you know, the band that you play in, like, just, are you ready to be the star of your story? And in what ways have you been playing perhaps the victim or just a smaller version of yourself? It really is standing in awareness of the fact that our sense of self-empowerment is a choice. It's not something that someone can do for you. It truly is an active choice. And really, the uncomfortable part is recognizing the ways in which you, and then letting yourself admit that you have been making choices that don't let yourself stand in your fullest light. So yeah.
Oof. Feeling that, feeling that. Yeah, and it's so interesting because this so aligns with like just the lion's energy as well. So it's just amazing how it all connects.
Tell us about not only the lion's energy, but I know you work with crystals too. So if you have any
Yeah.
crystals specifically to work with, like the solar plexus energy, I think that'll be super helpful.
Yeah, well, I know like Smudge Wellness has a resource of crystals as
Yeah.
well. And so like right now, I think like citrine is a really great crystal to work with because that's going to help you to really manifest, to help you to shine bright. You talk about being the star of your life. Like this is really a crystal to help to radiate that joy. And I think that a lot of people who are probably joining this lives, you're most likely an empath, right? More than I'm sure that sometimes we always would like, right? Because we just constantly feel so much energy. And so, what I love about citrine is it's going to help to really distinguish what is your energy and what is somebody else's so that you can kind of just know not to take necessarily that on. And I think that when we're talking about this Lionsgate portal, as much as it's beautiful and it's an ascension, it's also a magnitude of energy that we're just kind of radiating that's being radiated back to us as well.
Oh, I love that, 100%. And I think distinguishing what energy is yours and which energy isn't is so, so, so important. And what's beautiful about this as well is that we're really all standing in the essence of what Leo energy is, which is, I mean, we can dog Leos all that we want, and we can say that they're loud and that they're annoying, and not wrong. As a Leo moon, I recognize that. But also, what's beautiful, really can like ingest about Leo energy is that they, no matter what, understand what it means to be um rooted in the awareness that our worth is unconditional and that we deserve the fullest potential of our relationships, of our careers, of our lives. And so I think it's so beautiful talking about the star energy and about manifesting, because what we want in physicality cannot come in if we're not energetically on the same wavelength of it. And that comes with understanding what limiting beliefs and what attachments have disconnected you from knowing that like you are deserving of the thing and that you're capable of not only attracting it, but maintaining it and being deserving of it in your life. So yeah, I just think it's so beautiful that it aligns so beautifully with that. And tell us about lion energy, because that's
Yeah. So, you know, as you know, I'm spirit led, as I know Jasmine, you are as well. And so I actually decided to sit with spirit today and kind of just connect with the lion's energy and really kind of invoke this 8-8 energy of what was to really be highest vibrational to share on this live. So this was actually all channeled in today, like an hour before I got on this live. So welcome. Because I know it's kind of funny. It's like I do it last minute because I actually kind of like to tune into that energy. So really quickly though, the lion here in my card deck is connected to the solar plexus chakra. And so the way that I created this deck was to have, basically I started to channel animals really kind of early on in my Reiki career and journey. And the lion, when I channeled with its energy, it really connected so deeply to that solar plexus chakra. And so every different animal connects to a different chakra and also a mantra. And so the mantra is, I am the master of my domain. And the words to really invoke with the lion's energy is courage and personal power. That's really what the lion teaches us. And so the lion's energy helps us to connect with our infinite potential, right? And it also really truly reminds us that we are the masters in each moment.
yeah.
We are the masters in each moment. And so the one thing that I'm going to share is I kind of like broke this down into like 4 ways of how you can really work with the lion's energy. And the lion kind of showed me this acronym that they really wanted us to kind of like just embody and invoke. So number 1 is that the lion's energy is going to really help to guide you to be the leader of your life. So we were talking about this 8-8 energy. We're talking about Leo season. You know, something that I love about Leos, and I don't know as much as you do at all, but one thing I notice is that they're very bold, and I feel like that comes from a space of self-love, of being really able to like love yourself, to put yourself out there in that sense. So right now it's like, this is the time for us to remember that we are the leaders of our life, that we don't have to allow somebody else to lead it. Does that resonate?
Oh my God, does it resonate? First of all, before I cry about that for 4 minutes straight, there's some conversation about how to get people that are recommending it because they're already. First of all, I use this deck religiously. It's one of the most powerful ones.
Oh, thank you.
In a long time. I'm like out of the country and I brought it with me. So let people know where they can get your deck, please.
Oh yeah, just feel free to follow me on Jessbeinspired, and the link is in my bio. Yeah. So beautiful.
Guys, it's incredible. But yes, so so much to say about what you just said, but I think being the authors of our stories is one of the most empowering sentiments that we can really rest in, especially during this portal, because when you let yourself be limitless when it comes to what you let yourself feel deserving of, that is when the fullest potential of your life really opens up for you. And so it's important to recognize, if I am the author of not only my story, but my reaction to my circumstances, how can I now take the lead and shift my response to it to empower me back, right? How can I find the gratitude and the beauty in my circumstances, and also the courage to change what needs to change, to say no to what I need to say no to, and to align my self-worth vibrationally with what I want to call in. So yes.
I love that, because I've got to share this next one because this is amazing. So the next one is about working with the lion's energy. The lions encourage us to be more confident, exactly what you're saying. And you can actually hear their roar from over 3 like miles away. How crazy is that? So it's like, really right now we talk about the lion, we talk about the solar plexus energy. That is our connection to our inner light. So where perhaps have you been dimming it? Where have you been not turning up the volume to really let your roar, to really let your voice, your heart, your sense of self be received? You know, like maybe you even feel like you're doing that. Great. Kudos to anybody that is on this path doing it, but turn that volume up. Let your roar extend further out. Be the impact of your ripple.
Oh my God. Okay, church. 100%. I mean, this is showing up for me in every area of my life. Honestly, particularly like even in my love life, I found myself like admiring other kinds of relationships and always seeing them as something that other people could have, but I was always sort of like in my smaller versions of them. And it's really like me recognizing the fact that like I have written a smaller story for myself because of maybe past experiences or limiting beliefs from those past experiences, but letting myself think more loudly and more largely in the potential of my life has been so self-liberating. So I love that. Be the
It's so
impact.
beautiful.
That was a team.
Yeah. Yes. And then there's just two more, and then I'll kind of just do a quick recap. And number three would be, the lions, they really invite us to reclaim our pride, to be to really be the space holders for ourselves. And we talk about the solar plexus chakra, and this is a chakra where this is the connection to yourself and how you feel you show up in the world. And so this is your time to reclaim some of your pride, to reclaim some of your values, reclaim even some of your own essence and your sense of self, so that you can really be the master of your healing, right? That's really what we're being invited and called to work with this lion's energy.
Oh, I have nothing to add to that. That's perfect. That's everything. That's very solar plexus energy, guys. Definitely be focusing on your solar plexus right now.
And yeah, wear yellow, use some beautiful yellow crystals. And also one particular, so the actually Sanskrit vibration of the solar plexus chakra is Ram, Raam, which kind of almost sounds like roar. It's like Ram. So you can actually just sit there and just repeat Ram, Ram for even a minute, and you'll start to kind of move some of that energy in your solar plexus. It's a great way to kind of get the fire started, because this is a connection to your fire. That's the element that the solar plexus is connected with. So really shifting in that. And the last one would be with working with the lion's energy. They really help us to be fearless. So this is the time for us to really kind of navigate through our fear. So take this 8-8 portal, activation as a way to say, okay, even if there is fear here, how can I move with it, right? How can I not let it hinder me? And so really just a quick recap with the lion, because they like the lion's energy was like, I want to be an acronym. I'm like, let's do it. So the L, be your leader. Okay, be your own leader for yourself. The I, ignite your confidence. Okay. The O, own your healing. I think so many of us need to hear that message right now, because we've gone through so much in the last several years that our healing seems like something that is so outside of us, that this is really an invitation to own that. And then your N is navigate with fear. Okay, navigate with fear. I think our dear friend Ikaru always says that you're not going to be fearless, but you can move with fear, right? So that's kind of what the energy of the lion is sharing with us.
Oh my God. Okay, first of all, shout out to your guides. That was the most beautiful.
Thank you.
I think it ended on such a powerful note. I also want to acknowledge Luigi.
Yeah, I can't see any comments. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Hi.
my God. People are loving it. People are loving it. Everyone's bowing to you, of course. Luigi said, I feel like lions are embodiments of queer and LGBTQ energy. And they absolutely, especially just how expansive it means to be queer and to be, you have no choice but to be the loudest version of yourself in your queer identity. And I think that like lions embody that in such a beautiful way, and the roars are so specifically unique. But also, yes, what I wanted to say in regards to what you were mentioning about Ikaru's incredible sentiment, it's not about figuring out a way to be fearless, but rather acknowledging where our fear may stem from, giving it the space to be heard and safe, but understanding that like I will hold my fear's hand while making the brave choices and making the courageous choices. So I love that. Everyone, I mean, obviously this replay will be available, but like if you had the ability to write down that acronym, I think coming back to that, especially while we're within this portal, which closes today, it peaks, but the portal closes on the 12th. So you still have a couple days to really work with it.
That's good to know. I didn't know that it ends in the 12th.
Sorry, Valeria wanted to know the N acronym was navigate with fear. So recognizing and winning your fear, but choosing the brave, right, babe?
I can't see the comments, so I'm so sorry, but I love you all. Thank you for like sharing. And I'll go ahead and I'll kind of like type this in as you're sharing some beautiful journaling prompts and stuff.
Yes, beautiful. Yes, please do. So she's going to type it in for anyone who missed it. And honestly, what I want to, and just for anyone who may be joining in right now, what we're going to do, I'm right now going to share a journaling prompt or journaling exercise really that I think would be really helpful for the energy today. And then we're going to move into a bit of like a meditation distance Reiki session. Jess will kind of explain what distance Reiki is for anyone who doesn't know. And yeah, and then you'll be on your way to enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. But obviously, this portal, especially because it is such an invitation to live in our fullest potential and to like nourish the knowing that our empowerment is a choice and living in that choice.
Oof.
Um, it's also a beautiful opportunity for manifestation. So what I think is gorgeous about this is, and especially when it comes to this Leo energy, while they're obviously they're fire signs, they're not water signs. Fire signs are more emotional than I think we give them credit for being. I think water signs may get a bit lost in their emotions, while fire signs are more passionate when it comes to how they respond to their emotions. But I think Leo energy, it symbolizes the inner child, and it symbolizes this passion, this curiosity for feeling. And so when it comes to manifesting, an exercise that I talked a little bit about on my live today, but I'm going to repeat it for anyone who watched that as well, that I think would be helpful for anyone on today, but also on any day when it comes to when you are calling something into your life, is to recognize first what it is that you want, and secondarily, what is the emotion behind what you want. Because the thing about it is we can be in search of a relationship or a career milestone or something, but what we don't realize is that we're not chasing the tangible thing, we're chasing the emotion that lies within it. And so, for example, oh yeah, you knew Chantal was definitely in my life before, so this is the same information. But
I love it.
for example, if you are chasing a relationship, it may really just be the feeling of being chosen that you are in search of. Or if you are, really wanting this career milestone to happen,
Mm,
a sense of fulfillment that you're in seek of. And so when you recognize the fact that like it isn't actually the thing, it's the feeling behind the thing. If you focus on that emotion and find a way to gift it to yourself, find a way to resource it from within, you will vibrationally align with it and thus call in the manifestation so much more quickly, because it'll be able to recognize you, because you won't be coming from a place of lack and desperation and searching, but rather the embodiment of what it already is, and thus that recognition. So yeah, does that
I'm taking notes. That was
feel
amazing. Sorry, by the way, I'm actually like at the place where I'm fully booked with sessions, so I apologize if you hear the phone. So I'm
here
here
for
like
no
actually where I do Reiki. But I love that where you said gift it to yourself. I needed to hear that. That is so potent. Like,
yeah,
right, like wow, like that was just
thank you.
right to my heart. So
Well,
thank you.
beautiful about it is that what we don't realize is that all of the things that we are in search of, that we've housed in external things or external sort of accomplishments, they can be innately resourced so long as we no longer feed the limiting beliefs or the attachments or the circumstances that disconnect us from the knowing that they're already ours. So, for example, if you are searching for a relationship and recognizing the fact that the emotion underneath that really is wanting to feel unconditionally lovable, when you come back to the knowing that who you are innately is already unconditionally lovable, you can live in that, and thus it can recognize you. And I have more notes on that, but I think that basically covers the gist. So an exercise that I would invite you guys to do, you don't have to do it now, but I would invite you to do it today, especially with this 8-8 portal. I would invite you to write down 8 desires that you have. So you want a new job, you want a relationship, you want, body goals, you want to move somewhere. Write down the physicality of it and then sit with, what is the emotion that I'm seeking here? What does my
Mm,
child actually need from this thing? So if, you are in search of like, a healthier body, is it actually just you being in search of feeling confident? Does your inner child just want to feel validated? Child want
that was I need that. Yep, that's literally
me?
me. Thank
I
you.
need that, babe. I needed that this morning. I did this exercise this morning actually, and that's when I was like, I should share this. Um, and then once you see, or also conversely, it could be if you are searching for a relationship, maybe you are avoiding the emotion of loneliness. And once you have that insight, you can sit with, why does being alone make me uncomfortable? Which situation taught me that that's something to be looked down upon? Or yeah, if it really is that you are in search of being chosen, why don't you feel like worthy enough of choosing yourself? Really sitting with the truth behind what you are searching for in your manifestation and resourcing it within, whether it's writing down affirmations or, just sitting with that insight. And once you let yourself sort of live in the truth that you can give it to yourself, you'll vibrationally align with it, and that relationship will come in so much more quickly, because there won't be any resistance, because you're no longer attached to a false physical version of it, but rather like the limitless innate version of it. Does that make sense? I'm saying so many words.
Everything that you're saying makes sense. It's kind of also like so freaking me out in like the most like amazing way, because I feel like what you're saying, I'm like, yeah, like alone, like told all of that. And I think that when we talk about manifesting, manifesting is all about chasing a feeling. So I love what you're kind of saying here, because it's like getting to like the deep root of the feeling to how to work with this energy.
Yes, getting to the root of it, getting behind why it is that you want what you want, and recognizing the fact that you can supply it for yourself, and just living in the freedom of that, already understanding that like there is nothing that you need. And once you live in that beautiful, flowers will bloom that you get to enjoy because you don't need them, but you can actually enjoy admiring them and smelling their aroma. The power comes from within us. Yes, the power right now is like the key word, I would say. Power, courage, bravery, self-worth. And also I think lastly, when it comes to like this Leo energy, is like, because Leos really embody the inner child, it's like, where are you not having fun? And the minute you stand in like just that energy, that playful fun energy, life becomes so much more fluid because we're no longer thinking too hard, and creating that sense of stagnancy. I'm going to read some of these comments, unless you have anything to add. But
No, I unfortunately I try to put it in the comments, but for whatever reason I'm not seeing them and I can't post it. But hi everyone, so feel free. Tell me what are the
oh, you were
what are the
trying
divine souls
to
saying?
acronym.
Yeah, I was trying to write the acronym, but it's not. It's failing to post. So I'm so sorry. But we can maybe recap it at the end. But what are people saying? I'm so curious.
Yeah, they're saying fluidity is freedom. This is exactly how I approached it last year, and all I can say was extremely powerful. Seeing Jess's reaction is everything, because it's exactly what I'm doing right now too. Power.
I can't. Every time we go on a live, I'm always like, oh my God, I'm like, Jasmine's like literally in my soul. I'm like, she's somehow entered my soul and my heart and my mind. And that's what it feels like. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I know, we love you guys so much. Thank you, because
Yeah.
this is all stuff that like we are processing out loud, like as well. Like I am literally in. I have never been in the era that I'm in right now. I feel crazy. I feel insane. My emotions are changing second by second. But that's how I'm
Same.
really coming into yeah, the I'm in that, and I've been talking a lot about the liminal space, the space in between who you were and who you're becoming, and that uncomfortable gray area of like ripping off what no longer resonates with where you're going, but also like mourning the death of it, while also getting really excited about the euphoria of what's to come. So it's like this constant. I'm just dizzy. I'm dizzy. The summer was different.
Yeah. You know what's so interesting? I have a quick question for you, because, obviously, like I do like in person, Reiki sessions is where I am here.
Yeah.
And a lot of my Reiki sessions, I'm getting for people that like October, we're going to feel really great. And like, there's going to be a shift. And I'm just curious if there's anything astrologically going on there, because
Oh,
I'm just curious.
I mean, we'll be out of this season, which in itself will be such a relief. I mean, we do have a Mars retrograde, which I'm a little bit weary of, but otherwise, I feel like summer was like, because there was so much going on, and like the eclipse has really ignited so much. There was this energy of like being confronted. I feel like our souls were confronting us, and we were really being shown a mirror of like, how have you been diluting yourself, and how have you been standing in your own way? So like, I think that's why everything has been so uncomfortable, because we haven't been able to place the blame, right? Circumstances have been hard. Being a human right now has been difficult, but also like you said, we are the masters of our reality, and so we choose how we respond, and we've been confronted with the ways in which we've been responding against our own sense of peace and safety. So
I love that.
also where we will get to live in what we've learned and accumulated and are learning right now. So thank God, right? Because
Yeah, this summer has been rough between Cancer. Like I was in a vibe, and then
oh
I felt a little bit more fiery with Leo, but it's definitely been like an emotional roller coaster.
yeah, no, Cancer season was not it. I barely made it through. Leo season feels a little bit. But yes, this has been a summer of release and surrender, which can be uncomfortable but hard. Yes, it takes deep trust. Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely feel like this year I've been light years jumped, and can read when people are seeing the old me. Yes, 100%. And it means, also recognizing the fact that even when you are moving towards better, you still want to like process the fact that there was a comfort in what was, and like letting yourself
Oof.
bid farewell to it. Yeah, even if it was smaller, and even if it was, not in alignment with your fullest potential, it was still where you built a home. So you want to like kind of let yourself mourn the loss of what you are letting go of while also being excited for what you're going towards. So yeah, I feel like an entirely different being. I feel like, yeah, I don't even know who March Jasmine was. She couldn't, who was
I
that?
don't even know. I have no idea. Like, I'm like, what was going on there? You know, and I think that this goes back to like so much of too of like the solar plexus because it's like such a journey of self. It really is.
Yes, journey of self. Yes. So honestly, should we recap a bit before we move into?
Yeah, let's do
So
a recap. I love it. Okay.
sorry, you let the girls know.
Yeah, so lion, how to work with this lion's energy. So here goes the acronym that I promise. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to post, but here we go. It's
Okay.
good vibes. You know what? It's technology and it's my friends. There we go. So the L, be the leader of yourself. Be the leader of yourself. If whatever that looks like for you, you know, really what I would invite you to is to really just explore like, where is my energy leading me today? If you really want to know how to be the leader of yourself, just say like, what energy do I want to guide me? I love what's happening. What's going on?
I'm
Everything
trying to
okay?
turn on a light.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, so good.
I'll
I
turn
was like, oh yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. See,
so bad.
exactly.
Fine. Go ahead, continue.
No, it's good. It's like we're on the L. So light it up. There you go. There we go. So great. And then the I, ignite your confidence. Ignite your confidence. Take an insight from the lion of really just this. They are bold. I mean, looking at a lion, you know, they are such a animal that is accessible and available just out in the world of like, you know, you see so many different things with lion. And why is that? It's because just looking at them, whether it be a statue or a picture of one, they ignite some type of boldness that really rests within each of us. And then the O, own your healing. That one I can't even stress enough because we've had so many different experiences that kind of have, you know, forced us to feel like we are not in control of our healing, you know, and especially even in a physical way that it's like, you know, this is where you can really kind of own that. And, you know, something that I would invite people to do with owning your healing is come up with some mantras for yourself. Mantras have been scientifically proven, especially with people who have experienced like brain injuries, to actually like to help your mind shift. A mantra, man means mind, tra means vehicle. So they're designed to take you on a journey. So come up with some healing mantras. That's a great way for you to really own your healing. And then N, navigate with fear. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like when you first put yourself out there with anything that's like maybe fearful or scary or new, and you're like, oh my God, oh my God. And then you do it and you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. You know, so it's not to say that we're ever going to be fearless, to quote my dear friend Ikru, but we can move with fear. And I think that fear can actually be a compass that can get you in these really desired outcomes that you would never get to or arrive at without it. So navigate with fear.
Oh my God, so many gems. First of all, I have something to say, but we have a couple of questions which we're gonna get to
Sure.
now. I do want to say for the mantras, I think that's really, 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 really good homework. And if you need help on how to curate them, if you
Yes.
journaling exercise that we were talking about before in terms of like looking at the emotion behind your desires, um, cultivating it and making affirmations or mantras that affirm the truth that those are already within your reality would be really helpful. If you recognize, oh, I'm actually not in
Ooh.
search of a new home, I'm in search of the sense of freedom, affirming or cultivating and building a mantra around, you know, I am free, I'm innately free, I can let myself escape from my own prison, you know what I mean? Like just kind of letting yourself root in a mantra that honors the emotion that you're seeking behind your manifestations.
Ooh, very, very smart. Thank you for that beautiful
Of
insight. I love
course.
that, Jazz. Yeah,
So one of the questions that we got, which I think I would love to hear your insight on this. Sorry, I'm vibrating.
sure.
Do you have any suggestions in the phase of sitting with them? As I know that's part of the process that I'm struggling with. So in like the sitting with, I'm assuming you mean like sitting with the emotions that are moving through versus like taking action and stuff like that. Jess, do you have any insight before?
So yeah, actually, I would really suggest doing a specific type of meditation, which is called Tongue Lin. Tongle. Yeah, Toglen. I can spell too. I can spell and I can use technology. That's happening. And really what this is like this talks about this whole concept of, because once again, we're never going to be fearless, right? But we can move with fear. So actually sitting in the discomfort, sitting in perhaps the disconnection, not bypassing it. So something that you can even do is like, let's just say that you're struggling with anxiety. It's actually breathing into that anxiety. And then what's on the other side of that anxiety piece? So breathing in anxiety, exhaling out peace. Perhaps you're struggling with uncertainty, breathing into uncertainty, exhaling out clarity. And so whatever that looks like for you, just allowing yourself the space to identify the feeling, identify the emotion, and then really say, okay, what is the opposing energy that I wish to feel by on the other side of this? And so you can come up with a couple of them on your own and just sit there and breathe into one and then breathe out the opposing one. And that really kind of honors you to feel it, because what I found with like, you know, any type of anxiety or stress, it's really like clairvoyance acting in the most negative way, right? So we see it, we feel it, we believe it. So let's not bypass it, but let's actually sit with it. And then perhaps there's even a mantra that after you kind of do a couple of those, you know, different type of meditation exercises, that then you can go ahead and come up with a mantra that you can just repeat over and over and again, like for a minute or so.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. That was everything. Someone said David G would be proud. Of course. Are you kidding?
Of course. Yeah. So I am a certified meditation teacher. I forgot to mention that. And David G is he's my homie and he's my mentor and my friend, and I love him. So of course I'm going to totally shout him out.
Yes. It says the sensation of breathing into the negative and breathing out the positive. Yes. I think that also acknowledges the fact that like when we are so married to duality, we villainize a lot of emotions that are just part of being human. And I think letting ourselves breathe into the discomfort of the emotions that maybe aren't the most pleasant gives them space to like be heard, right? These emotions aren't coming from nowhere. And I think that exercise is so powerful. And also just like understanding that you are not what you are feeling. You are simply feeling what you are feeling. So I love to like envision, like I will see myself sitting at a table and like personifying whatever emotion is coming, whether it's insecurity or doubt or fear, and like having them sit at the table and be like, okay, you're
Oh my
busy.
God, I love this.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm like
I'll
just
make you a
taking
cup of
notes.
tea. Nice, you know, wonderful that you're here. You know, where are you coming from? Do you have like, is there a story behind this, or are you just passing through? Is this old stagnated energy from 5 years ago that has been living in my spleen and is now just moving through? You know, do I need to make a story here, or are you just like really just speaking to
Wow.
so you recognize the fact that you are simply the observer of it, and thus bidding it farewell in a much more clean way, because it's like you can drown in your emotion when you identify it as your emotion, but it's much more easy to navigate when you understand that it's passing through. So
Oh my God, Jazz, I needed to hear that. Thank you so much. I'm going to start doing that. I've never thought to do that. I'm going to just sit on my altar and like, just like hang out with it.
oh yeah, no, I'd be like, girl, I'm like, girl, sit up, pull up a chair if you're gonna be here, let's talk. But I think the most important part of it is like really asking the emotion, like, is there a story here? Because you have to be honest with recognizing, like, is this emotion coming from a past trauma, a limiting belief, or did I stay up until 3 a.m. watching TikToks and I'm dehydrated and I'm tired and I'm literally just tired and this is just this, I'm hangry. I'm literally just hangry. Like I feel like people don't realize that sometimes you just need a nap. So like ask yourself, like, is this just a chemical imbalance? Am I
Or, yeah,
sleep, or is there something deeper here?
I love this. I
Yeah.
love this. It's so great.
Or yeah, if we're feeling tired today, it's okay to rest. Yes, I know. I saw that you mentioned what to do if you're, I think something about if you're on your period right now. I don't know if you literally mean if you're on your period, but babe, no matter what.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
I'm about to say, girl, I'm in my ovulation phase. I'm feeling just as crazy. No matter where you're at, if you bleed, if you don't, sleep right now. And that's
I'm so tired. I'm so glad to hear this.
we're tired, we're processing so much, so let yourself sleep for sure, let yourself rest. Of course it's okay. Oh my God. And then one other thing that I saw, and this will probably be the last one before we move into like the actual meditation.
Yeah.
What do you mean anxiety is a kind of clairvoyance? Yeah, do you want to go deeper?
Ooh. So the thing with so we have different clair senses, and so clairvoyance is like our ability to see. So like what's happening is it's like, you know, and predict, right? So when we're anxious, we're basically predicting the worst outcome, right? We're like, oh my God, like we just are basically going down this like rabbit hole of like what we do not want to happen happening. So it's almost like predicting the future, if you will, in the most negative way.
Right.
So that's where like it's really important to just be mindful of that energy, that it's still a lot of the anxiety that happens. It's just, it hasn't necessarily unfolded yet, but it feels very real to us in the moment. It feels like it's about to happen or it is happening. And so it's really kind of being patient and being kind with yourself, but at the same point in time, not trying to just bypass, like I definitely am an anxious person. And even though I meditate and I'm a Reiki master, all these different things, I still have anxiety. So it's just kind of knowing, okay, where can I actually allow my anxiety to lead me into my desired outcome versus my least desired outcome?
Ooh, taking
Yeah.
control, right? It all goes back to being the author of your story. We love that.
Yep. Yep.
So let the people know what is distance Reiki, because that is going to be what
Yeah.
yeah.
So distance Reiki is what's up. It's a vibe. No, it really is. No, Reiki, if you've never experienced Reiki, Reiki is so fantastic. Jasmine also does Reiki too, and I'm excited for her to do level 2. What up? But like Reiki is really such a powerful energy healing modality that's going to help to release energetic blockages, stress, tension. And so it's going to allow you the space to kind of clear some of your energy, but also amplify the body's natural ability to heal itself. So whatever that looks like for you, physical healing, emotional healing, mental, spiritual. So it just will be something that I'm going to be providing while Jasmine is doing her thing. Maybe I'll channel like 1 or 2 quick messages for us, but just let yourself receive. You can even put in the comments here, I receive. I always tell people go into it with no expectations. You may really feel something. You may not feel something as much. That's okay. Either way, the Reiki energy is being sent from my heart to yours. So just allow yourself the space to just settle into it.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, her Reiki, it's life-changing, guys. You're going to love it.
Thank
So
you.
definitely let yourself put the phone down, lay down, rest, or if you want to sit up, if you want to continue watching, however you feel the most receptive right now. I'll go through a little bit of like a guided meditation to kind of really align with our power. If you are staying, and if you're not staying, then thank you so much for joining us. Please follow Jess, get her card deck, receive all of the goodness, and you can follow me as well. I give a lot of astrological tips.
Please follow Jasmine.
You want to. Also, no need. I also want to say, do the journaling prompt that I shared. And another beautiful activity to do today, I saw that Valeria mentioned that music is one of the most beautiful ways to manifest, to really align your energy. Make a Leo Lionsgate play today and just listen.
I love that.
Vibe music today. Yeah, I've been listening to music all day and just like, it's been Beyonce, which that album is great for manifesting in our solar plexus energy. But yeah, I want to share. So anything to say before we get into it?
Can we need to like create a Beyonce meditation, like where you just basically do like a meditation, like with Beyonce music in the background, and then I'll do Reiki. Like we need to like create that.
I would not.
That would be amazing though. Like somehow, like if we could figure this out, like I'm gonna like manifest that for us. That's gonna be on my A8 list.
Yes, that's so important. Beautiful. Oh my God. Okay, well, with that being said, wherever you are, let yourself get comfortable, stretch out the body if you haven't yet, letting your body let you know where it needs some movement. Perhaps there's any stagnated energy in your hip bones. Our hips tend to hold the most emotion. So if you want to roll that around, stretch out.
I feel like you even look like Beyonce how you're stretching right now. Like you're in your vibe.
Tell me that. You can't be telling me that. Ooh.
So good.
Oh, I can't stop thinking about her. I'm a prisoner to her. Okay. When you're ready, you can meet me at your center. And placing your palms wherever they organically feel called, whether you're sitting or lying down. We can take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the chest completely. Grabbing hold of that breath, letting it marinate. And exhaling out. Once again, taking in a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the chest completely. And exhaling out. And we'll do this last breath to the count of 8, honoring the number that symbolizes the death and rebirth we're going through today. Breathing into 8. Holding for another 8. And exhaling for 8. Beautiful. Letting that energy stay outside the body, resting in full presence, full awareness of your physical vessel, of your physical environment, any textures touching your skin, any feelings that you can pinpoint in your body, bringing your awareness or even your hands to them, giving yourself some love right now. Honoring not only this Lionsgate energy, but this Leo energy, the sign that symbolizes not only creativity and expression and drama, but also our inner child. In this moment, in the safest space in your mind, I invite you to call in your inner child. This can be any age that organically manifests, but bringing them forward. Taking in the details of what they're wearing, the light behind their eyes, really seeing your inner child. And in the same breath, I invite you to be seen by your inner child. What do they see when they look back at you? What excites them about what they see? Let them take you back in as well. And because we'll be moving into our solar plexus soon and really getting clear on what we want to feed, what we want to empower, and what we want to let go of, take this moment to ask your inner child, what do they need? What do they want more of out of life? What is already exciting them about your life right now? Hear them. And you live in the awareness that the only person you need to impress is the little version of you. We can be led with more fun, with more freedom. So really taking in their insight, their perspective, caring for them as you care for yourself, as you'd care for a child. We can bring them along as we bring our awareness and move our awareness into our solar plexus. This is the energetic center governed by the color yellow, and it's in our mid-abdomen. And this is our powerhouse. This is where we move, where we take action. This is where we go and where we do. And holding your inner child's hand, bringing your full awareness to the solar plexus energy, I invite you to visualize cords coming out of this energetic center. And where these cords plug into is what's most important. Where are you feeding your power? Where are you directing your energy? Where is it going? Is it plugged into your creative pursuits, healthy relationships, unhealthy relationships, doubts and fears? Not judging what you see your energy plugged into, but being fully honest as you witness it. Where is your energy, your attention? Where is it going? Which chords do you want to strengthen? And which do you want to unplug? Even seeing the health of the cord. Is it so thin because you're not getting any energy back from what it's plugged into? Or is it healthy and bountiful because it's feeding something that feeds you back? And with full force, I invite you now to unplug from what no longer deserves your energy. Whether it's a belief, an attachment, a relationship, a habit, a job, removing the cord, unplugging it, and plugging it back into yourself, redirecting that energy back to you. Even letting your inner child direct what needs to be unplugged. And recognizing which cords will now be so much more healthy now that they have more energy, now that there's more clarity and discernment. What will you pour more energy into? Where will that attention now go? Breathing into our solar plexus fully. Exhaling. Either out loud or to yourself, affirm that I am the author of my story. I am limitless potential. I am deserving of my desires. I am a superstar. I am love embodied. I navigate with fear. I own my healing. I am powerful. And if there's any mantra that you've already come up with, you can repeat that now. For me, it's I am unconditionally lovable. And my inner child made it very clear today that I do not need to overthink. Breathing into these affirmations and coming back to the body on the exhale. You can roll your neck, bring some life back into your limbs. Beautiful. Letting that energy marinate. And if there were any insights or anything that you, I just realized how dark it is in here. If you want to not only share it, but journal on it later on, please do. And I know we have a few minutes left. So Jess, if anything came up that you want to share, please do.
Yeah, sure. Really quickly, first off, I didn't want to come back from that. So thank you so much, Jazz. But here's the message that we received during that Reiki channeled energy. You are deserving to make shift happen, because when you shift, you cultivate more trust. So really kind of just reflect of like any changes that you've made in your life, how have they helped you to trust in yourself more fully? You know, you kind of think about like, oh, like I just knew to do that thing and like look at where it landed me. And also really there's a lot of energy in our throat chakra. So give your heart full permission to soar, and really how can you invest fully in yourself? So be your own financial banker.
Be your own financial banker. I love that. Yes, investing in yourself. I think that was the solar plexus message about what are you investing in?
Yeah.
How can you return you?
Yeah, and the overall message is the I ground in me. I ground in me. And the raccoon was definitely coming through to guide us, because raccoons are really, their whole message is being self-sufficient. They have opposable thumbs. They can get into anything. And so it's like knowing that you can get into anything that you choose to in your life.
The opposable thumbs is so important. I also want to say, when you said make the shift happen, I thought you said make shit happen. And I was like, period. But it's honestly the same energy.
But yeah, it still has the same energy. It really
exactly.
does. Shift and shit. Yeah.
Drop both of our Instagram names on. I just commented on it in case you guys want to stay connected to us. But thank you so much to Smudge Wellness for letting us host.
Yes.
Platform. It's an incredible platform. They have incredible resources, a ton of crystals, a ton of self-help and ritual tools, and also a lot of content that is really, really helpful. So yes, guys, I grounded in me. Love it. I love the mantras. If anything came up for you guys, if any mantras came up, feel free to share them out loud right now in these last couple of minutes to really feed them. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for spending this time. And I hope that you spend the rest of the day immersed in your sense of self-empowerment. Make a fun playlist, dance around, play with your inner child. Just know that you are, like, life can be fun. It can. Imagine.
Imagine. I love that so much. It's so great. Thank you so much, Wellness and Jazz too. I love you.
Yes. Oh, thank you, honey. I could never do it without you.
I love you.
Okay, beautiful comments. Yes, thank you guys. Awesome. Well, if anything, I choose me. Oh, that's a mantra that came up. I love that.
That's great. I choose me. I love that. That's like one I'm definitely writing down to resonate with.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you guys so much. My sweet baby boy was sleeping on my chest as I received this healing. First of all, Kelsey is the incredible artist behind.
Oh, she's on here?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Deck, and her art is straight from the.
Love you, Kelsey.
Support Kelsey as well. She's a new mom. Congrats to you. I can't believe your baby boy was part of that. I love that. Thank you, ladies. We love you guys. Beautiful. Okay.
I love you.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful.
Love you. Thank you so much, Wellness.
You.
I love you. I love you. Thank you, Jazz. Okay, bye everyone.